Hi everyone and welcome back to another sewing tutorial. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this stylish kimono top. It's a simple top with a front wrap, kimono sleeves and side belt. If you love easy tutorials and stylish wear as this, why not keep watching and let's get into the video. My fabric for this tutorial is Ankara, but you can make use of plain fabric or any other fabric of choice, and it is 1.5 yard. But if you are on the bigger side, you might need 2 yards if you are also using Ankara fabric. I also have this piece which will serve as lining and it is 1.5 yard. I'll be cutting the back piece of the top first, and here I have a part of my fabric folded into two. I used half of my shoulder measurement plus extra 9 inches, so this piece is 17 inches on fold. I already indicated the shoulder line, so from there I'll mark my shoulder to my waistline 15.5 and also my shoulder to my desired blouse length 25. Then I'll draw straight lines across. On the shoulder line, I'll take the neck measurement. I'll use 3 inches as the width and 1 inch as the depth. I will also mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Then from that point, I will add my sleeve length because this is a kimono sleeve. So I made that 6 inches. Now from that sleeve length, I will come down by 1.5 to slope the shoulder, then connect the point back to the neck width. I'm sorry my lines are not very visible, but listen to the explanation, okay? You will understand everything clearly. So from that shoulder slope, the next thing is to determine your sleeve opening. I will make mine 8 inches, then connect the point back to the shoulder slope. Now let's take the round measurement. I'll be using where the sleeve opening stop as a guide to where to measure the bust circumference. On the line, I will mark quarter of my bust circumference plus extra 1 inch as is allowance. Then I will move to the waistline and also mark quarter of my waist circumference plus extra 1 inch is allowance. On the hem line, I will use my hip circumference. I will also divide that into 4 and add the extra 1 inch is allowance, then connect the points together. Next, I will connect these two lines with a curve. Then from the hem line at the side, I'll go up by 1.5 and connect the point this way. So guys, this is all for the drafting of the back piece. I will go ahead and add seam allowance to all the sides. To the shoulder and the armhole cuff, I will add half an inch and 1 inch to the sleeve, the side as well as the hem. I will cut it out now. For the front piece, I also folded my fabric into two, but this time the fold is wider by 2.5 inches. That's for the overlapping, and also longer because of the asymmetric hemline. Now I will extend the front piece from where the back piece stopped by 4.5 inches. You can do more than that, depends on how long you want the front, okay? Then I'll connect the point to the side of the back piece this way. Before I mark out the front neckline, I'm going to cut this out first. The front neck width is the same with the back, so I will notch it and take out the half-inch joining allowance. Then go ahead to mark the depth. From that line, I will come down by 8 inches. You can mark below or above that, depends on how deep you want it. I will connect the points to the neck width and also extend the line into the overlapping allowance. Now your neckline stops at this point, which is the center, and you can actually extend this line deeper so it stops around the waist just as it is on the style inspiration. Mine is slightly above the waist. So one of these pieces is shorter than the other. I'll choose the left piece and reduce the length. From the M, I'll go up by 2.5. That means one piece is 2.5 shorter than the other. I will connect the points, then cut it out. This is what the right front piece and the left front piece looks like now. And then for the right piece, it is not entirely straight at the center. So from that center, I went in by 1 inch. Then I'll connect the point right here and cut it off. And that's all for the cutting of the back and the front pieces. Next, I will go ahead to cut the lining. The lining is slightly shorter at the sleeves and at the hem, and this is because I don't want it showing outside. The next thing to do is to join the shoulder. I'll be joining the main fabric and the lining pieces separately. So with right sides facing, I will go back to the sewing machine to stitch using 1/2 inch. After joining the shoulder, this is what I have. The next thing to do is to use the lining to turn all the sides of the main fabric. I place the lining on the main fabric right side facing. Then I'll go over to the sewing machine to stitch. I will align the lining before stitching, and after stitching, I will pull the lining so the main fabric goes in. I will also stitch the sleeves as well as the hem of the front pieces. Now after stitching the hem of the front pieces, I will also pull in the lining before I stitch the center as well as the neckline. Then I will leave a little opening at the side to turn it right out. So I stitch every part and then I left a little opening to turn it right out. Before turning this, you should notch the neck area and also the armhole curve so it can relax well after you turn it to the right side. I've notched the armhole part off camera, so I will just turn this right out. After turning, give it a good press and also close the parts you left open. This is what I have after giving it a good press. You can see how neat it's looking. The next thing to do now is to close the side, but before then, I will attach the side belt. I have already cut and stitched the belt. The width is 2.5 while the length is 30 inches. I will insert it from the right side and place it at the waist area. Then do the same with the other piece. And this is how I will close the side. This is what I have after closing the side, and this is what the belt looks like at the right side. So that the armhole area can relax well, you should try and notch it. But then this is not the neatest way to finish it up, okay? I only did this because it is my clothes. If I was working on a client's clothes, I wouldn't turn the side with lining. And after closing the side, I'll trim off the seam allowance and interlock it. It's better that way. At this point, our top is almost ready, and the last thing to do is to attach a fastener. I'll be using a press button and also this fancy button. This is the one I could lay my hands on right now. So I'll attach one press button at this wrap edge and also at the neck area, and I'll be doing that off camera. After attaching the press button here, I will also attach the button as well. So guys, with this we've come to the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to hit on the like button, and if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. Please do not leave without subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.